last session natin is about let's move on to the next stage in the life of a partnership. So last session natin is about partnership formation in your first stage. And today, let's go to the second stage, which is partnership operations. After formation, and the partnership starts to operate, okay? And the partnership will generate revenues and incur expenses. And on December 31, magko-compute tayo pwedeng net income or net loss. And hopefully net income because kung naalala nyo class yung definition of partnership, ang intention is to divide profits among themselves. Now, goal natin in accounting for partnership operations is to determine how to allocate net income or net loss to the partners. Okay? Yun yung goal natin for today. Now, remember this rule. The rule is we allocate net income or net loss depending or based on the partnership agreement. Class, naalala nyo pa yung partnership agreement? Parang na-mention ko to ng first part of our lecture. Di ba sabi ko yung agreement, pwedeng, or contract, pwedeng oral or written. So, mas safe kapag written. Ang tawag natin dun is partnership agreement. Another term for this is what we call articles of partnership. So, kung meron kang articles of incorporation for corporations, meron kang articles of partnership for partnerships. Okay. Now, again, yung rule natin is what we allocate net income or net loss in accordance with the partnership agreement. Actually, ang tawag natin dyan, P&L ratio. Ayan, na-encounter nyo na yung P&L ratio dun sa partnership formation. But basically, we follow the P&L ratio on allocation of net income or net loss. Now, class, before we go to the details, tignan muna natin yung types of partners na relevant for our discussion. We have two types. Number one is the capitalist partner. And number two is the industrial partner. When you say capitalist partner, ang kinontribute niya class is either cash or non-cash assets. Alright? When you say industrial, ang kinontribute naman yan, services or skills. Okay? Now, tignan natin class kung ano yung mga typical terms na makikita natin sa partnership agreement when it comes to allocation of net income or loss to the partner. So, ito class yung makikita natin na typical terms. Usually, we provide salaries to the industrial partner. Since nag-contribute siya ng services, ng skills niya, bibigyan siya ng salaries. Okay? So, yung salaries, more appropriate yan for the industrial partners. That's number one, the salaries. Number two is bonuses. Ayun, yung bonuses naman class usually are given to the managing partner. And usually, yung managing partner o yung mismo nagmamanage yung partnership is also your industrial partners most of the time. Right? Now, ang purpose ng bonus is, this is based on net income, percentage of net income. Yung purpose niyan is to reward the management sa performance of the partnership. So it means class, the higher the net income of the partnership, the higher the bonuses to the managing partners. Does that make sense? In line with that, if net loss, no bonus. Zero yung bonus mo. Does that make sense? Pag net loss ka, wala kang bonus kasi ang purpose ng bonus is to reward the performance of the management. Okay? So later, pag-aaralan natin yung different computations, different ways to compute for bonuses. And number three, last one is, usually merong interest component. Okay? And interest na yung class is given to the capitalist partners. Right? Ano ulit yung capitalist partners? Nag-invest siya ng cash and non-cash assets. So usually, yung interest is percentage of capital balances. Alright? So it means, the higher the contribution of the capitalist partner, the higher the interest they earn. Alright? Now, yung capital balances class, iba-iba yan. Usually explicit sa problem, pero there are many ways to compute for the capital balances. Pwedeng original capital balance, pwedeng beginning, alright, ending, or average. And yung average na yan, pwedeng simple average or pwedeng weighted average. So pag-aaralan natin lahat yung class. But basically, When you say original capital balance, iyan yung during formation. Okay? Ayan, during formation yan. Pag sinabi mong beginning, pwede kasing iba yung original sa beginning. For example, imagine mo yung timeline na to, class. Ito yung year 1, ito yung year 2. Okay? Yung original, yung date of formation, dito siya. Pero yung beginning, every year, nag-iiba yan. Okay? So yung beginning next year, dito na yan. Got it? Pag naman ending, it's December 31 capital balance. Pag sinabi mo average, simple, ibig sabihin, divide by 2. Yung weighted naman, depende kung anong month nag-invest or nag-withdraw. Later, pag-aaralan natin yan. But basically, class, yung interest na yan is percentage of capital balances. Yung purpose of interest is to encourage capitalist partners to invest more into the partnership. Again, mas mataas yung contribution nila, mas mataas yung interest na ma-earn nila. Alright? So, yan yung typical terms. Meron tayong salaries, bonuses, and interest given to the partners. Now, ito yung pinaka-important concept dito, class. Salaries, bonuses, and interest, remember this, are not recorded as expenses of the partnership. Okay? Marami nagkakamali dyan. Akala nila expense yan. No. They are not expenses of the partnership. Hindi yan salaries expense, hindi yan bonus expense, it's not interest expense. These are just ways to allocate income to the partners. Again, they are not recorded as expenses in the partnership. Very important. Later, i-apply natin yan. Okay, so yun yung mga kailangan mong alamin. Now, again, yung Civil Code of the Philippines, yun yung magpe-prevail, mag-govern ng partnership. And may mention din yan about related sa partnership operations. Okay, ito yung ibang notes from the Civil Code. Okay, so remember this. Dalawa lang naman to. If, sulat nyo ta, if only the shares of profit, okay, yun yung pinag-agreehan or agreed upon by the partners, if only the sharing of profit, okay, sharing, kunyari, let's say si XY partnership, okay, so si partner X and Y, let's say ang usapan nila, yung P&L ratio nila 60-40, okay, or profit ratio 60-40. Sabi ni X and Y, okay, pag nag-profit, hati tayo 60-40. Pero hindi sila nag-agree kung paano yung hatian ng losses. Siguro, very confident sila na puro profits. Pero pag nag-loss sila, okay, so same way lang. Losses are allocated the same way. Okay? Losses shall be the same. So it means, kung paano yung sharing of profits, ganun din yung sharing ng losses. Got it? Okay. So ibig sabihin, 60-40 pa rin kapag losses. Number 2, in absence of agreement, so let's say si X and Y, hindi sila nag-usap about the P&L ratio. Wala silang pinag-usapan. Basta nag-start sila ng partnership, wala silang any agreement as to the sharing of profits and losses. According to the Civil Code, ang ipa-follow mo dyan, class, is the sharing shall be in proportion to their original capital contribution. Okay? Ito yung very important. Yung original capital contribution. Kailan yung original? Ito, during formation of the partnership. Kung kailan na-form yung partnership, kung how much yung kinontribute nila, fair market value of assets and liabilities, or fair market value of the capital, you call it the original capital contribution. Let's repeat. Pag ang pinag-usapan na ng partner, sharing of profits, yung losses shall be allocated the same way as the profits. Pag walang pinag-usapan, as to the P&L ratio, the profits and losses shall be allocated using the original capital contribution. Not the beginning, not the ending, original. Pero syempre, class, kapag hindi given yung original sa problem, i-assume mo na yung beginning, yun din yung original. Alright? O, yan. Yan ang mga kailangan mong tandaan sa partnership operations. Meron pa ba? Okay, so last one pala, class. So far, tapos na tayo sa partnership of formation and formation and today's operations. So now, class, let's say si partners X and Y, okay? T account tayo. Ano yung makaka-affect sa capital balances of partners X capital and Y capital? Ano makaka-affect sa balances nila? Well, alam natin sa partnership formation, yung investment nila or the beginning balance, okay? The investment, original contribution increases the capital balance of the partners. Yung net income na allocated to the partners also increases their capital balance. Siyempre, pag net loss sa debit side naman yan. What else? Pag may additional investment yung partners, okay, after formation, mag-i-increase din yan ng capital balances of the partners. Ngayon, pag nag-withdraw naman yung partner, okay, withdrawal, that will decrease the capital balances of the partners. So we arrive at the ending balances. So yun yung makaka-affect ng capital balances of the partners. Alright? Now, let's go to our exercises. Get your handouts, class. Doon muna tayo sa problem number 5. Simple computation muna tayo, just to give you an overview about our topic. Okay. So problem number 5, yan yung first problem natin for partnership formation. Erase ko na ha. Make sure nakapin nyo siya. Alright, so let's go to problem number 5. We have 3 situations here. What if yung partnership net income is 360,000? The situation number 1. Situation number 2 is what if the partnership net income is 240? What if may net loss na 40,000? Alright, AB partnership has the following plan for distribution of partnership net income. Ano tawag natin dito? This is the partnership agreement. And the partnership agreement is contained in the articles of partnership. Follow lang natin kung ano yung pag-usapan ng partners. Ganun lang tayo. That's how we allocate income to the partners. Right? Now, A and B will receive salaries. So, salaries yan, malamang sa A and B, industrial partners yan. Bonuses, yung nagmamanage yun ng business. Interest, so pwede rin yung class ha, pwede kang capitalist industrial partner. So pag ganun, ibig sabihin, nag-contribute ka ng assets and nag-contribute ka ng services. So that's why A and B also receive interest on average capital balances. Alright, so remainder if positive, remainder if negative. 60-40, 50-50. Alright, so bago ko makalimutan, class, pag sa problem sinabing average, pag silent, no? Kasi di ba pwede yan, simple or weighted average. Pag silent yung problem, nakalagay lang average, ang assumption mo dun is weighted average. Okay, so remember that. Now, required, calculate the distribution of partnership net income or loss for each independent situation below. For each situation, assume that the average capital balance of A is 140 and for B is 240. So yung problem number 5 is relatively easy. Para lang may overview tayo ng topic natin. Okay, let's go to situation number 1. Net income is 360,000. Whenever you allocate net income to the partners, gagamit ka ng table dito. Alright? So dapat very organized yung pag-allocate natin. So, lagay mo dito si partner A, right? And then si partner B, and then maglagay ka ng column for the total. Okay? Very useful yung total column na yan. So, later, pakita ko sa inyo kung bakit. Now, we just follow yung agreement ng partners. We provide salaries to the two partners. A receives 80,000, and then B receives 100,000. Total is 80 plus 100, this is 180,000. Alright? Next is bonus. Bonus is 6% for A, 12% for B. And we know, class, yung bonus na yan is percentage of net income. Right? There are many ways to compute for the bonus, pero if silent yung problem, it's just percentage of net income. Net income natin sa problem is 360,000. 360,000 times 6% for A is 21,600. Right? 21,600. Let's compute for B. 360,000 and then times 12%, you get 43,200 for partner B. 21,600 plus 43,200, 21,600, you get 64,800. Total bonus allocated to the two partners, 64,800. So far, so good? Dali pa? Interest on average capital balance. So maganda dito, binigay na sa atin yung average capital balance. According to the problem, si A daw 140,000. So 140,000 times 7%, you get 9,800. So lagyan natin interest. 9,800 for A. For B naman, 240,000 times 7%. Pareho sa 7%. 16,800. Let's compute the total. 16,800 plus 9,800. Okay, 26,600. Okay, so class, ito yung next step, no? So after giving salaries, bonuses, and interest, ilagay mo dyan yung remainder. Alright? Now, take note, class, na yung total income natin for situation number 1 is 360,000. So far, ang nabigay na natin, 180, 64, and 26,600. It means, ganito gagawin ko dyan, 360,000 minus 180 minus 64,800 minus 26,600, we allocate the remainder of 88,600. And according to their agreement, if the remainder daw is positive, this one is positive, 60-40 yung hatian nila. So times 60%, 53,160 for partner A, and then 88,6 times 0.4, 35,440 naman for partner B. Okay, so let's add everything. For partner A, salary is 80,000 plus 21,600 plus 98 plus 53,160, you get 164,560. So allocated income to A is 164,560. For partner B, 100,000 plus 43,200 plus 16,800 plus 35,440, you have 195,440. So kaya sinabi ko kayo na important yung total column. Well, first, madali mo compute yung remainder. Second, pang-check din natin yan. Kasi if you add the 2, it should equal 360,000. So add nga natin, 164,560 plus 195,440, 360,000. Pan-check din natin yan. Total nito should be 360. Total should be 360,000. Okay, very basic for situation number 1. Let's go to situation number 2. What if the income is only 240,000? For partner A and partner B, you have the total here. Okay. We provide salaries to the partners. Okay, A, again, 80,000 and 100,000, same. Okay, walang issue dyan. Total is 180,000. We also provide bonuses to the partners. Well, since for this one, na iba yung income, may iba na rin yung bonus natin. 240,000 income times 6% bonus, 14,400 for A. Okay. And then for B, 240,000 times 12%, 28,800. 28,800 plus 14,400, total bonus allocated to the two partners, 43,200. Ayan. Next item natin is interest. Same lang as yung situation number 1 kasi interest is based on capital balance. It's not based on income. So walang difference yan. We have 9,800 for partner A, 16,800 for partner B, and then total natin is 26,600. Alright? Now, yung remainder natin, or the balance, ilagay natin dito. Situation number 2, 240,000 yung net income. Alright? Now, 240,000 minus 180 minus 43,200 minus 26,600, negative. Okay? Negative 9,800. And then, sabi sa problem, if negative na yung remainder, 50-50 sila. So, times 50%, 4,900 for partner A, and then 4,900 for partner B. So, ganun lang siya. Again, as you notice, we just follow kung ano yung agreement of the partners. Let's compute for partner A, 80,000 plus 14,400 plus 9,800 minus 4,900, 99,300. Income allocated to partner A. And then for partner B, 100,000 plus 28,800 plus 16,800 minus 4,900, you get 140,700. So add nga natin class yung dalawa na yan, 140,700 plus 99,300, you should get 240,000, which is our net income. Okay? Ayan. Let's go to situation number 3. Ayan. Situation number 3. Again, lagay mo lang yung partners dyan. A, B, and the total. Alright. So, kaya lang class, for situation number 3, net loss na 40,000. Question ko sa inyo, do you give salaries kapag loss? Answer is yes. 100% na salaries pa na ibibigay mo kahit may net loss ka. Okay? So it means we still provide 80,000 and 100,000 to partners A and B. Take note class na yung salaries na yan, ang purpose niyan is to provide incentives dun sa industrial partner. So kahit losses siya sa year na yon, nag-provide pa din ng services yung industrial partner. Magbibigay ka pa rin ng salaries. Alright? Next question ko sa inyo class is, how about bonuses? Do you give bonuses kapag net loss? Answer is no. Okay, sabi ko dito, kapag net loss, wala kang bonus. Tama lang kasi nga again, the purpose of bonus is to reward yung performance of the business, of the partnership. Kung hindi nag-perform well, huwag kang bibigyan ng bonus. So, zero yan. Alright? Next is interest. Do you provide interest kapag may net loss ka? Answer is yes. Because yung interest, ang purpose niyan is to encourage more capital contributions from the capitalist partner. So, hindi related yan. And also, based on capital balances yan. Hindi naman yan based on income. Alright? So, it means, bibigay pa rin tayo ng interest. So, still, 9,800 for partner A. Same lang. Okay. 16,800 for partner B. Total of 26,600. Alright? And then may net loss tayo sa problem na 40,000. So ganito ginagawa ko dyan, class, kapag nagko-compute ako ng remainder kapag net loss. So ang ginagawa ko dyan, i-add ko yung tatlo na yan. 180 plus 26,600 plus 40,000. 180 plus 26,600 plus 40,000, 246,600. Dapat mag-negative 246,600 ka dyan. Okay? Kasi nagbigay ka ng positive dito eh. Positive, positive, pero dapat yung net effect mo is negative 40. So ang ginagawa ko, ina-add ko yan. 180 plus 26,600 plus 40, that is 246,600. Since this is negative, according to the problem, if negative, 50-50 sila, times 0.5, 123,300. So 123,300, negative. Ingat ka na lang sa mga signs. So baka positive malagay mo dyan. So negative yan, 123,300. Alright? So again, yung partnership operations, actually, yung income allocation, madali lang na concept yan. So, madali lang din yung mga procedures. Baka lang may mga careless mistakes ka dito. So, ingat na lang. 80,000 plus 98 minus 123,300, you get 33,500. Okay? So, that's negative 33,500. Alright? And then, partner B, 100,000 plus 16,800 minus 123,300, you have minus 6,500. Okay? Negative 33,500, negative 6,500, that's 40,000. So class, kung para mas may idea kayo, try natin i-journalize yung transactions. No? For scenario number 1, 360,000 yung income. Yung allocated to A is 164,560, kay B naman, 195,440. Actually, ganito lang yung journal entry dyan, class. Since income yan, we know, in accounting, and after closing everything, meron tayong account title na what we call income summary. So yung entry natin dyan, debit income summary, which is your net income, 360,000. Okay? Credit A capital, 164,560. And then credit B capital, 195,440. So again, yung income, if net income yung allocated to the partners, it increases the capital balance of the partners. Okay? Pag net loss naman is the other way around. Kaya nilagay ko kanina yung T account sa first, sa lecture natin, di ba? Pag T account, yung net income nasa credit side siya. Ayan. Ito yun. Alright? So now, sa situation 2 naman, debit income summary, 240,000. Credit A capital, 99,300. Credit B capital, 140,700. Sir, paano pag net loss? Ano yung entry natin dito, class? Sa situation number 3, ganito naman yung class. Debit A capital, 33,500. Debit B capital, 6,500. And then, credit income summary, 40,000. Kasi may net loss ka kapag yung expenses mo mas mataas dun sa revenues mo. Ayan. So, ganito naman yung entry mo dyan. Okay? Pero may mga instances, class, na pwedeng positive si A, negative si B. Pwede rin yan. Okay? Basta in short, pag positive, yung allocated na income, tataas yung capital. Pag negative naman, decreasing capital. Alright? So, ayan. Yun yung mga isagot natin for problem number 5. Okay. Let's go to problem number 6. Problem number 6. Ayan. XYZ partnership. Tignan muna natin, class, yung requirements. We have 3 requirements here. Share of each partner in net income. And then, what else? Capital balances of the partners December 31, 2021. Ayan. And then, if the salaries, ayan, question number 3, if the salaries of 2 partners are to be recognized as operating expenses by the partnership, determine the share of each partner in net income. Now, hinighlight ko earlier na yung salaries, bonuses, and interest na yan, these are not expenses. Okay? Tingnan nyo, class, ang ginawa lang natin, iyan lang yung ways para eventually malaman natin kung how much yung proper allocation of net income. But you do not recognize this as expenses. Kasi may net income ka na in the first place. Okay? May net income ka na. Okay, so yung number 3 naman, what if daw i-recognize as expenses yun? So later, tingnan natin yung effect niya. Let's read the problem. XYZ partnership was formed on January 1. Original cash investments, X 96, Y 144, and Z 216. Ano tawag natin dito, class? Original capital contributions. If silent yung problem as to how to allocate profits and losses, gagamitin mo yan. Yung original capital contributions. According to the general partnership contract, the partners were to be remunerated as follows. Ito yung partnership agreement. Okay? Salaries, X Y, and Z. So, tatlong partners. Interest, okay? And then the remainder, 40, 30, 30. Sabi niyang class, interest at 12% on the average. Sabi ko kanina, if the problem is silent, pag average na yung nakalagay, ang assumption mo is weighted average. Income before partner salaries, 92,080. So, encircle mo na yan, 92,080. X invested an additional 24,000 in the partnership on July 1. Z withdrew 36,000 on October 1. And as authorized by partnership contract, XYZ each withdrew 750 monthly against their shares of net income for the year. Okay. So, erase ko na to para may space tayo. So, tingnan natin class. May additional concepts tayo matututunan sa next problem. Sa problem number 6. So, ganito gagawin ko dyan. Lalagay ko lang agad no, partners X, Y, and Z. Okay? And don't forget, lagay mo yung total column. This is very helpful sa atin. And last usually yung ginagawa ko dyan, nilalagay ko na rin yung P&L ratio para hindi ko na makalimutan. According to the third bullet, si X daw may 40%. Okay? Si Y, 30%. And then si Z, 30%. Ayan. Now, bigyan natin ng salaries. Salaries for X, Y, and Z, according to the first bullet, is 14,400 for X. For Y naman, you have 12,000. And 13,600 naman for partner Z. 14,400 plus 12,000 plus 13,600, you get total of 40,000. Total salaries allocated to the partners, 40,000. Next, interest at 12% on the average capital account balances. Yung next natin is interest. Now, hindi given yung average capital balance, we have to compute for each partner. Kaya X muna tayo. So class, to compute for the weighted average, number of months yung gagamitin natin na weights. Kung ilang months outstanding siya throughout the year. Okay? So for example, si X, syempre huwag mong kalimutan yung original contribution. 96,000 yung original na kinontribute niya. Alright? Times ilang months yan class outstanding throughout the year. 12 months kasi January 1 eh. Times 12 over 12, 96,000. Okay? And then sabi dyan sa next sentence, X invested an additional 24,000 in the partnership on July 1. So 24,000 plus ilang months from July to December? 6 months, tama? 24,000 times 6 over 12, you have 12,000. Okay, so I think yun na yung ginawa ni X. So 96,000 plus 12,000, you have 108,000. This is the weighted average capital balance of partner X. Okay, let's go to partner Y. Si partner Y, yung original contribution niya is 144,000. Times 12 over 12, 144,000 yan. And then, what else? Si partner Y, may ginawa pa ba siyang iba? Wala na. Okay. Now class, yung nag-withdraw si partner Z. Okay? So, yun na yung weighted average capital of partner Y, 144,000. Si partner Z naman, originally contributed 216,000 times 12 over 12 to 16,000. Okay? And then, nag-withdraw siya ng 36,000. This is negative kasi withdrawal from the partnership yun eh. Ingat ka dito class ha, baka positive malagay mo dyan. It should be negative. October 1, October, November, December, that's 3 months. Times 3 over 12, so 36,000 times 3 over 12, 9,000. Negative 9,000. Alright? So 216,000 minus 9,000, you have 207,000 yung weighted average capital balance of partner Z. Okay, so class, meron tayong concept ng drawings. Right? May dalawang types of drawings. Meron tayong tinatawag na regular drawings or permanent drawings. Yung permanent drawings, ang tawag din natin dyan class is withdrawal. Alright? Sir, ano yung regular drawings? Class, basahin mo yun nasa last sentence, okay? X, Y, and Z each withdrew 750 monthly against their shares of net income for the year. Now, ibig sabihin class, according to their partnership agreement, di ba nag-allocate tayo ng income? Tama? So, how much ba yung income dito? 92,000, right? Yung income sa problem na to. Yan. Yung income na yung class, pwedeng draw yung mga partners doon. Pwede na lang kunin in advance yun. In this case, every month pwede yun. Ang tawag natin doon class is regular drawings. Regular siya because it's allowed in their partnership contract, partnership agreement. Pag sinabi mo namang permanent, okay, ang permanent drawings or withdrawal, binabawi mo yung investment sa partnership. Okay? Yung in-invest mo, binabawi mo siya. Kinukuha mo siya. Okay? So it means, pag hindi galing sa net income yung kinuha mo from the partnership, you call it permanent withdrawal. Ano yung effect niyan, sir? Yung effect niyan, makaka-affect siya sa computation natin ng weighted average capital. Kaya tayo nag-negative 36,000 dito. Kasi sabi dyan, Z withdrew 36,000 from the partnership. Permanent withdrawal yan. Pag drawings lang, yung regular drawings, hindi yan makaka-affect ng weighted average capital balance mo. Okay? Pero class, take note ha. Pakita ko rin sa iyo yung entry. Pag regular drawings, ganito yan. So 750 per month, di ba? So 750 times 12 months, 9,000 per year. So kay partner X, ang entry dyan, debit X drawings, credit cash, 9,000. And then sa December 31, actually, i-close mo din yan sa capital ng X. Debit X capital, credit X drawings, 9,000. Ganyan yung class, pag regular drawings. While pag permanent withdrawal naman, debit X capital, okay, credit cash, ang nag-withdraw pala dito si Z. Si Z pala. Debit Z capital, credit cash, 36,000. Nakita niyo yung difference, class? Pag regular drawings, dun muna siya sa drawings account. Okay? Pero sa December 31, you still close it to the capital balance. Okay? Pag permanent withdrawal, diretso ka sa capital account. Okay? Kaya nakaka-affect siya dun sa computation of weighted average capital. Pero take note class, yung net effect nila, pareho silang nakakabawas dun sa capital. It's just that, pag computation ng weighted average capital, ang consider mo lang dyan yung permanent drawings. Alright. Sige, so meron na tayong weighted average capital. Ayan. So, encircle ko para malinaw. For partner X, it's 12%. Actually, lahat sila 12%. So, 108,000 times 12%, 12,960 for partner X. 144,000 times 12%. 17,280 for partner Y. Okay? And then for partner Z, 207,000 times 12%, 24,840. 24,840. Add natin yung tatlo na yung class, plus 17,280 plus 12,960. I got here total of 55,080. Okay. Ayan. So class, turuan kita ng technique dito sa sa computation of weighted average. 'Di ba? Ang usually ginagawa mo diyan, binibilang mo pa yung number of months, tama? For example, October. So October, November, December, alam mo 3 months 'yon. Pero kunwari class, sinabi April. Pag binilang mo yung April to December, medyo matagal. Pero April, May, June, July, August, masyadong time consuming. Okay, ito technique diyan. 13 minus kung ano yung number na naiisip mo sa month na 'yon. Okay? So, for example, class, pag March, ano yung number na naisip mo? 3, di ba? Kasi third month yun eh. Okay? So, pag March, 13 minus 3, 10 yan. So, 10 over 12 yung weights na gagamitin mo. Alright? For example, August, ano yung number na naisip mo? 8 yun, di ba? So, 13 minus 8, 5 over 12 yung gagamitin mo na weights. Okay? So, 13 minus kung ano yung naiisip kong number for that month. Alright? So, for example, isa pa, June, di ba 6 yun. So 30 minus 6 is 7. 7 over 12. Tsaka mo lang i-double check. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Nonsense. Di ba? Okay, so 13 minus yung naiisip mo na number. Ayan, yung shortcut dyan. Okay, so that's interest. And then let's go to remainder. Ayan, remainder. How much yung income natin class in this, for this problem is 92,080. So ano yung remainder dyan? Tingnan natin. 92,080, you have 40,000 minus 40 minus 55,080, negative 3,000. So, negative 3,000 yung remainder natin. We allocate using their P&L ratio times 40% for partner X, that's 1,200. 3,000 times 30% is 900. 3,000 times 30% is 900. Let's compute the income allocated to partner X, 14,400 plus 12,960 minus 1,200. 26,160 for partner X. Okay. For partner Y, 12,000 plus 17,280 minus 900. Okay. Ulit. 12,000 plus 17,280 minus 900. For partner Y, you have 28,380. And then for partner Z, 13,600 plus 24,840 minus 900, you get 37,540. Add nga natin class yung lahat na yan. 37,540 plus 28,380 plus 26,160, you get 92,080. Ayan, these are your final answers. Alright, so tingnan natin. That's your answer for requirement number 1. Ito. 26,160 for X, for Y, 28,380, for Z naman, 37,540. Capital balances of partners on December 31. Kapag capital balances yung tanong sa'yo, T-account yung gagamitin mo dyan. Especially if marami nangyaring transactions during the year. So, lagay mo dito class, partner X, partner Y, and partner Z. Okay, doon tayo kay partner X. Ano yung makaka-affect ng capital balances? Original capital contribution, 96,000. Doon sa first part of the given. What else? Si partner X, nag-invest siya ng additional 24,000. So, sa credit yan. What else? Si partner X, may allocated na income, 26,160. So, lagay natin siya dyan. And sabi ko, class, yung regular drawings, whether permanent or regular drawings, magdi-decrease ng capital yan. It's just that, yung permanent drawings lang, ang i-consider mo kapag nagko-compute ng weighted average. Therefore, kung 750 per month, yung drawings, times 12, that's 9,000 for each partner. 9,000 regular drawings for the year. So, compute natin class for partner X, 96,000 plus 24 plus 26,160 minus 9,000, you get 137,160. 137,160, the ending capital balance of partner X. Let's go to partner Y. Original contribution of partner Y is 144,000. And then, I think wala na siyang additional investments. So, net income allocated to partner Y, 28,380. And then, lahat sila nag-regular drawings sa 9,000. So, lagay mo dyan 9,000. 144,000 plus 28,380 minus 9,000. Partner Y's ending capital balance is 163,380. Let's go to partner Z. Original contribution is 216,000. And then, income allocated. May additional investment ba si Z? Wala. May withdrawal siya, 36. So, lagay natin yung 36,000 sa debit. And then, income allocated to partner Z, 37,540. And yung drawings, 9,000. Lagay natin sa debit side yan. Okay, 216,000 plus 37,540 minus 36,000 minus 9,000. You get 208,540. 208,540, ending capital balance of partner Z. Ayan, yun yung sagot natin for the second requirement. T-account, mas madali kapag capital balances. Number 3, if the salaries are to be recognized as operating expenses. We know, salaries, hindi siya nire-record as expenses. Pero what if daw? Okay, i-record as expenses. Therefore, we have to adjust our income. Okay? So, yung income natin, in the problem is 92,080. Tama? And then, kung yung salaries natin, gagawin natin salaries expense, how much yung salaries na yung class? 40,000. Tama ba? So, minus 40,000 tayo. Therefore, yung adjusted net income natin is 92,080 minus 40,000. That is 52,080. So, ito na yung net income na i-allocate natin. 52,080. Let's allocate to partners X, Y, Z. Okay? Siyempre, class, yung salaries, wala ka nang lalagay dyan. Wala na. Because, ito na, ni-record mo siya as expenses. Dapat hindi na siya lumabas dito sa allocation of net income. Got it? Otherwise, double counting yun. Okay? Let's go to interest. Siyempre, yung interest natin is the same. Yung na-compute natin. 12,960. Okay? And then, 17,280 for partner Y. For partner Z is 24,840. Total of 55,080. Alright. Now, yung remainder natin, take note na ang net income na i-allocate natin is 52,080. So far, nakapag-allocate na tayo ng 55,000. So, negative 3,000 yung remainder natin. 3,000 times 40%, this is 1,2. Okay, 3,000 times 30%, that is 900. And then 900 then for partner Z. Let's compute 12,960. 12,960 minus 1,2. 11,760 for partner X. And then for partner Y, 17,280 minus 900, 16,380. And then for partner Z, 24,840 minus 900, 23,940. Okay. So add natin class. Lagi mo i-add para lang ma-double check kung tama yung allocation mo. Plus 16,380 plus 11,760, 52,080. These are our final answers. Okay? Ayan. Plus, as you notice here, sa solution natin, we provide salaries interest 100%, okay? And then nag-a-adjust lang tayo sa remainder, okay? Pag sumobra, negative. Okay? Para mag-balance siya dun sa net income natin for the year. Okay? Now, different yan sa problem number 7. Tingnan natin. But before we go to problem number 7, actually kulang yung given, na-delete yung given sa problem number 7. Add mo yan. Add this to the given. Isulat ko. Okay. Erase ko muna. So mga nag-advance na pag-answer na number 7, hindi nyo makukuha kasi kulang yung given. Alright? So tingnan natin. Erase ko muna to para may space tayo for the solution. Okay. So class, ilagay mo to sa given na for problem number 7. Additional, sa first part, lagay mo dyan, debit, and then credit. Okay? This is for partner A. January 1, meron siyang original contribution na 20. April 1, additional contribution na 5,000. And then October 1, 5,000. Lahat credit for partner A. For partner B, January 1, okay, original contribution is 40. And then March 1, nag-withdraw siya 10,000. September 1, nag-withdraw ulit siya 10,000. And then November 1, additional investment of 10,000. Yan. Lagay mo ito sa problem. Additional given yan. Alright, so let's go to number 7. A and B organized A-B partnership. The following entries were made into their capital accounts. Ito yun. Ito yung following entries. Okay? The partnership agreement called for the following in the allocation of partnership profits and losses. Meron salaries, interest, bonus, and then yung remainder daw, 60-40 to A and B. Okay, requirement. Account for each situation independently. Determine the distribution of partnership net income. Assume the following priority of allocation. Class, underline mo yung priority of allocation. Interest, bonus, salaries, and then remaining partnership income of 85,000. Partnership billings. Yung billings, yun yung na-bill sa customers, so yun yung revenues ng partnership, 400,000. Okay. Letter B. Determine the distribution of partnership net income of 165 on billings of 400. No specific priority is given to any of the allocation criteria. Underline mo class yung no specific priority. Okay, underline mo yan. Now, ano yung difference yan, sir? Yung letter B, okay, yung situation B, iyan yung ginagawa natin, well, since yung nag-start tayo magsagot ng partnership operations, okay? Yun yung B. Yung letter A, later, unahin natin yung B. Later, compare natin, what if meron nakalagay na priority of allocation? Sa B muna tayo. Sa B, nakalagay no specific priority. So, ganito lang gagawin ko dyan, class. Partners A, B, and then may total tayo dyan. Okay? Ano yung agreement nila? May salaries to partners A and B, 48,000 for partner A, and then for partner B, 36,000. So, 48,000 plus 36, you have total of 84,000 salaries for the two partners. Now, dun tayo sa interest. Okay? Sa interest naman, class, 8% on average. Again, pag average, pag silent, weighted average. Paano yung weighted average? So, compute natin. Dito tayo mag-compute. Doon muna tayo kay A. 20,000. So, dito mas madali kasi given na kung anong month nag-invest. No? Mas madaling, alam mo. So, 20,000 yung original investment times 12 over 12. For partner A, may 20,000 siya. Additional investment na 5,000 noong April. So, 13 minus 4, that's 9. 9 over 12. And then 5,000 times 10, 11, 12, 3 over 12. Okay, so tingnan natin, class. Lahat naman yung positive. 5,000 times 9 over 12, 3,750 for for the additional investment. And then 5,000 times 3 over 12, you have 1,250. The weighted average capital balance of partner A, 20,000, plus 3,750, plus 1,750, you get 25,500. 20,000 plus 3,750 plus 1,250, 25,000. Weighted average capital balance of A, 25,000. Punta tayo kay B. Alright. Original contribution is 40,000. So 40,000 times 12 over 12, it's just 40,000. Alright. And then, nag-withdraw siya, 10,000 nung March 1. 10,000 times, negative dapat yan. So 13 minus 3, that's 10 over 12. 10,000 times 10 over 12, 8,333. Okay, negative, 8,333. Next, withdrawal, additional withdrawal, 10,000. 9, 10, 11, 12 times 4 over 12. 10,000 times 4 over 12, 3,333. Negative ba rin siya? 3,333. Okay. Additional investment, 10,000. November 1, 10,000 times 2 over 12. Okay, 10,000 times 2 over 12, you have 1,667. Positive. Okay, so tingnan natin. Weighted average capital balance of B, 40,000 minus 8,333 minus 3,333 plus 1,667. I got here 30,000. Okay, 30,000. Ayan. So 25,000 for A, 30,000 for B. Okay. Now, interest daw is 8%. 25,000 times 8%, 2,000. Okay? 2,000. 30,000 times 8%, you have 2,400. So 2,000 plus 2,400, you have 4,400. That's for interest. And then B will receive a bonus. Si B daw, wala si A. 10% in excess of 300. Billings in excess of 300. Sabi diyang class, sa B, billings daw is 400. Ano ba yung in excess of 300? E di 400 minus 300, that's 100,000. 100,000 times 10%, that's 10,000 for partner B. B receives a bonus of 10,000. Next, remainder is 60-40. How much ba yung income natin sa problem? So, situation B. So, class B yung sinasagot ko, B muna. Mamaya na yung letter A. Okay? So, situation B, yung income natin is 165,000. Alright? Now, 165,000 minus 84 minus 44 minus 10,000. Yung remainder dito, class, is 66,600. 66,600, multiply natin by 60%. PNL ratio. For A, it's 39,960. Okay? 66,600 times 0.4, 26,640. Ayan. So, add natin lahat. For partner A, 48,000 plus 2,000 plus 39,960, you get 89,960. For partner B, 36,000 plus 24 plus 10,000 plus 26,640, you have 75,040. Add nga natin yung dalawa class, plus 89,960, 165,000. Ito yung answers natin for situation B. Situation B muna. Class, may bago ba kayo natutunan sa situation B? Wala. Okay? So, ganito din yung ginawa natin sa previous problem. In short, pag nakalagay sa problem, no specific priority. Yun yung alam natin so far. Okay? Dire-diretso lang. So, we give salaries, we give interest, we give bonuses, etc. What if, doon tayo sa situation A, determine the distribution of income, assume the following priority of allocation. So, paano yan, class? Dito natin gawin. Okay? Kaya inuna ko yung B kasi yun yung alam natin. What if situation A? Yung priority, una muna dyan, interest, bonus, salaries, then yung remainder. Okay? So, partners A and B, and then total. Alright. Tingnan natin. Sabi dyan, ang first priority is interest. How much class ulit yung interest na na-compute natin? Well, meron kang 2,000, saka meron kang 2,400. Okay? You have 4,400. Okay? So far, so good? And then, according, yung next sa priority class is bonus. Interest, bonus, salaries yung nakalagay. So, bonus muna tayo. Yung bonus natin is 10,000 for B. Ayan. And yung next natin, salaries naman. Okay, lagay natin salaries. How much ulit yung salary sa problem class? 48,000 for A, 36,000 for B, for a total of 84,000. Dito yan magkakaiba. Okay, so listen very carefully. Pag sinabi mong priority of allocation, merong limit yung pag-allocate mo. So, yung income nating class for this problem is, tama ba 85,000? Nakita mo yun? 85,000. Okay, so 85,000 lang yung income natin. And then, so far, nakapag-allocate na tayo ng 4, 4, and 10,000 or 14, 4. Tama? Ngayon, yung salaries natin is 84,000. Pag 84,000 yung binigay mo na salaries, so sobra ka na sa 85,000 sa income mo. Kapag sinabing meron kang priority of allocation, hindi ka pwedeng sumobra sa total allocation mo. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nun, sir? Actually, dito maganda i-compare yan. Naalala nyo to, class, yung previous problem natin. We give salaries 100%. We give interest 100%. And then, nag-adjust na tayo sa remainder. Ganon kapag no specific priority. Kapag merong priority, okay, may limit tayo, wala tayong adjustment dun sa remainder. What do you mean, sir? So, dito, class, ang pwede mo na lang i-allocate na salaries, 85,000 minus 44, minus 10,000, 70,600, yung maximum na salaries na pwede mong i-allocate. Alright? Pero dito, as we know, na sa problem, 84,000 dapat yung salaries ng two partners. Magpo-prorate na lang tayo. Okay? I-prorate natin. 48 over 84 times 70,600, that's for partner A. 36 over 84 times 70,600, that's for partner B. Nakuha mo yung difference? Kapag no specific priority, tuloy-tuloy ka lang. And then mag-a-adjust tayo sa remainder. Magne-negative tayo pag sumobra. Pag with priority, wala kang adjustment na negative na ganyan. Got it? Okay. Sige. So, compute natin. 48 over 84 times 70,600, 40,343. 40,343. Okay? And then, 36 over 84 times 70,600, 30,257. 30,257. Ayan. Wala ka ng remainder kasi sakto ka na ng 85,000. Okay? 2,000 plus 40,343, that is 42,343. Okay? 24 plus 10,000 plus 30,257, 42,657. Okay? Total of 85,000. Yun yung difference between no specific priority and with specific priority. Ulitin ko ulit, okay? Pag no specific priority, yung alam natin yun, mag-a-adjust lang tayo sa remainder. Okay? Mag-negative adjustment sa remainder. Kapag with specific priority, okay, mag-stop ka na pag na-reach mo na yung income mo. Okay? In this case, hindi ka makakapagbigay ng total na 84,000. Ang kaya mo lang ibigay ng maximum salary is 70,600. I-populate natin using their absolute amounts, 48 over 84 times 76, that's for A. And then 36 over 84 times 76, that's for partner B. Okay? Ayan. That's how you do it. If the problem is silent, ganito. Katulad ng ginagawa natin kanina. Dapat sabihin mo na with specific priority before you do this. If the problem is silent, dire-diretso lang. Mag-adjust ka na lang sa remainder. Okay? Ayan. So before we proceed to the next problem for partnership operations, let's have a short break.